pull it, do you see that? Hi you guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I'm so excited for this video because we're doing a full face of an expensive brand. We are talking Westman Atelier. We did Victoria Beckham Beauty before this. Now we're doing Westman Atelier because they're both very expensive brands and they're going to be having sales and there's going to be discounts on their products. So now is the time, if you are curious and you are like, okay, calm down with your price, now is the time to kind of grab your stuff. Even though I will say, Black Friday is not what it used to be. Black Friday used to be like 75% off, 50% off. You could like throw $1 at someone and they would give you a free TV. Like it was the time for Black Friday was years ago, but you can still get some good sales now. I do believe Westman Atelier will have about 25% off, something like that. And so if there's anything that you've wanted to buy, but you've been like, okay, calm down with your pricing, this is the time 100% to go and grab stuff. And I thought we would do a full face and I'd talk about my thoughts, which my favorite products were and all of that. So I just want to jump into this video and get started. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this full face of Westman Atelier makeup. Full face of Westman Atelier. Let's get into it. I'm really excited. So first things first, I actually already gelled my brows because they don't have a brow gel. So we're going to start with their brow pencil. And if you're new to this channel and you don't know, I'm obsessed with this. And if you're not new to this channel, you're sick of me yapping about it. So this is the Westman Atelier brow pencil. It has a spoolie on the end. I love that the spoolie kind of goes in like that. So if you lose the cap, let's say, on other ones, it doesn't get all like dusty because you can't lose the cap because it's a screw on. It's great. And then this is the pencil. And the pencil is a slant. So that's what it looks like. And you can pinpoint with this little tip right here, like at the end. However, it might not work for everyone just because it's not quite as pinpointy as some brow pencils are, but I love this. And I really just like to go and fill in. So we're just gonna fill in lightly. I don't want the ends of my brows to be too dark. Fill in my little scar that I have here. And then we're gonna move on to the base. Brows are filled. It's always just so much easier to do your brows when you've had them done because you barely have to do anything. It takes no amount of work. I love it. So now we're going to move on to complexion. And what I want to do is I want to do a little base of the illuminator drop. So I'm going to do actually a mix of both shades. So I have Peau de Soleil and Peau de Pêche. And this one, it's going to be a little bit of each. So this is Peau de Pêche. Right here. And now we're going to do a little mix of Peau de Soleil alongside it. So now you can see both of them. And I'm going to mix them together. I really like them mixed together and they just give the most beautiful kind of base. And sometimes I'll wear them alone. Sometimes I'll wear them on top of stuff. Sometimes I'll wear it mixed with foundation, underneath foundation. Today, we're going to do kind of a mix of everything. So I'm going to also wear it on top of what I placed down, but I'm also going to wear it underneath. This product is also really nice to this product is also really nice to mix with face creams and stuff like that. It is just so nice. I really, really like this. Also, I really need to wash my hair because what the heck, my hair is so greasy. Illuminator drops are on. What do you think they do for my complexion? What do you think about them? These are by far, I feel like, some of my most grabbed products from 2024. They are just, I'm obsessed with them. They're so good. They feel like skincare. That is what I love about Westman Atelier products, is they feel like skincare. These are no exception. I talk about them all the time. They are amazing. And this, I'll use them again in a little bit, but I'm obsessed. Now we're gonna move on to complexion, and I have two complexion products. I have the complexion drops, love this, and then I have the foundation stick. Now this one, I don't know where, I have two of the foundation sticks, but I don't know where one of them went. So I have IX here in the foundation stick. This is a little like this. I can use as a concealer or to pinpoint around my face, which is what I'm going to use this for. But I can get away with it for all over my face, but it's just not a the perfect match. And then I have the complexion drops, and this is in the shade X, and this is like my true shade. It's the shade up from the other one, but it is really, really good. I love it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do the complexion drops and then kind of pinpoint hyperpigmentation with the foundation stick. I feel like that'll be a good. Make sure you mix the complexion drops, and by mix I mean shake the complexion drops, because you want to make sure that you kind of mix it all together, because if not, it can get a little bit funky. I say that with any foundation though. So this is the shade X in the complexion drops, and this is a really good shade match. It matches my chest and everything really well. And we're just gonna pinpoint this around the face. Oh my gosh, my face is so much paler than the rest of my body. It's actually wild. I'm like feeling so pale when I'm applying stuff that is kind of my true shade, but my face I don't let tan at all really, and in the winter it gets so pale. But we're just gonna blend this out with our fingers. Complexion drops are blended. I love how healthy this makes my complexion look, and I love how it evens out my skin tone, which was looking a little drab, pale, sickly, if you will, because I haven't seen the sun in way too long. And so my face was really, I felt like really uneven, and this just does a really nice job of evening it out. It looks really, really beautiful when you look close to a mirror. It looks just really flawless and pretty, but it still looks like skin. I love Westman Atelier complexion products are unmatched. They're so good. Now, if you want something a little bit less dewy than this, and you want something with a natural finish, then I would definitely go with the foundation stick, which is what we're gonna go with to pinpoint around the face. I actually just texted my husband a second ago to be like, where is my other foundation stick that looks like this? I left it in his car. This is really nice. This is a very, very good foundation stick. It is so natural looking. It is so nice. It's so comfortable to wear. I'm a really big fan of this. So again, this is not the correct shade. This is the shade IX, which is just the shade lighter than the one that I usually wear. And I'm just going to pinpoint around to my hyperpigmentation, because I have a bunch just all around my face. And I want to kind of add a little bit of this to it. And then I'm just going to tap on all the areas I put it on and just really kind of make sure it melts into the skin well. Hyperpigmentation is covered, so now we're going to move to the under eyes, and we're going to use the Westman Atelier concealer. Now I have the shade Atelier T something, T1. T1, I really need glasses. Because reading small stuff is so hard now. And I will say I do think that I could have gotten a lighter shade. I also feel like it skews very yellow on me, but we're going to make it work. So I just use a little bit of this. I do like to let this sit for maybe 30 seconds to a minute. So I'm gonna let this sit, and then we're gonna come back and blend it out together. Okay, we let it sit. So I'm gonna blend it out with this brush here. I'm just gonna tap it in. Concealer is blended. So the shade TI, they did say was gonna be a good match for the complexion drops and the foundation stick color that I wear. Actually both foundation stick colors that I have. But I will say, I feel like, you tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like it's pulling really jaundice under my eyes right now when you kind of compare it to the neutralness of kind of my complexion. It definitely pulls a little bit warm. We're gonna fix that with setting powder and stuff, and I'm actually gonna use a little bit of the foundation stick in the shade IX. I use this a lot under my eyes, and we're just gonna use this to kind of neutralize it just a touch. All right, I feel like the under eyes are a little bit more neutralized and toned down a bit. You let me know what you think. But so for the shade T1, I also have the shade T2, which I originally got was wrong, and then I wanted to exchange it and whatever. I will say they have a great return policy and all of that. But the undertones of the concealers, in my opinion, are skewing funky, because they said that this concealer T1 was going to be the concealer that works for the foundation shades that I have, both the lighter and the darker and the complexion drop. And to me, this skews way too yellow, but it also is slightly dark for the foundations and all of that. Overall, I do really like this concealer. It's comfortable to wear. It has nice coverage. You can kind of get medium plus coverage. I personally don't feel like I can get full coverage out of this one, even if I let it sit. However, it is an overall really nice, comfortable wearing concealer. I know for some people who prefer something a little bit more hydrating under the eyes, this might not work for them. This is not drying per se, but it isn't a very hydrating formula, if that makes sense. But overall, I do enjoy it. It kind of reminds me of the CL concealer. They're one that you can use, they say you can use for like hyperpigmentation and all of that. The new one that came out, this kind of formula wise reminds me of that one. Okay, so then now we're gonna go into bronzer or contour. And I have their contour stick in the shade Truffle. I love this, I wear this all the time. And this is a great formula. It doesn't get dewy. It's a nice natural finish. And I'm going to just dip in with this brush here. This is the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe number 7. And I'm just going to bronze up the face. I just look how beautiful that is. It's, oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful formula. I'm obsessed with it. I'm going to take whatever's left on the back of my hand and use this nose contour brush from Patrick Tom. I'm obsessed with this. It's so nice. I'm going to pull it down the sides of my nose to bronze up the nose. And then I'm going to just take the other side of the brush and blend everything out. Now before we go back to the cheeks with blush, we're going to take that bronzer and we're going to put it all over the lid and on our lower lash line for a little bit of dimension. And now I'm going to just take a clean brush and a crease brush. This is a Sephora Pro 26. I really have been loving this brush. It's a really nice crease brush. And just blend out the edges so it's a little bit more seamless. Take a little bit on this brush and pull it down here. Loving how that's looking. Now I want to take a little bit of shimmer and put it on my lid. This is not Westman Atelier. I actually don't have their eyeshadow, but I don't think that they have a shimmery one like this, and I want something that's a little bit more gold. So we're going to go in with the Colfi eyeshadow in the shade Sona, and I'm going to take just a little bit. This is a very pretty champagne-y color that I have been obsessed with. Where a very little bit of this goes a long way. I'm going to take a little bit of that on my finger and then just kind of pull it. Do you see that? It's just, you know, I'm just pull it kind of all over the lid. I'm not going to pull it too far front. I'm going to keep it on the lid. If it goes a little bit above, that's fine. Like if it goes a little bit above the crease, it's fine, but I don't want it to be too high up on the crease. I just love glitter. It's so good. Anyways, now we're going to move to the cheeks and we have a blush. So this is the Westman Atelier blush in the shade Chouchette. This is the shade Chouchette. It's very pretty. And I'm going to dip in with this brush here, which is the new love obsession of my life. It makes cream blush and products blend perfectly. This is the new Hourglass blush brush. I don't think it has a name. It does. It has the number 15 here, so I'm assuming that's how it's kind of described. But it's really, really good. Anyways, I digress. And I'm gonna dip in to this, and we are just going to lightly apply the blush. Blush is on. It's so good. It's like the perfect blush without it being too much. Blends into the skin beautifully. Oh, I just overall love the formula. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to take a touch of highlight, and I'm going to use the complexion drops in the shade Peau de Pêche. Just a touch on my fingertip here, just so you can see. That's about how much I'm taking, and I'm just going to take it on my fingers and then just lightly tap it on the high points of my cheek. And also down my nose and on the tip of my nose, just for a little bit of highlight. And this just like melts into the skin like butter. It is so nice. Now we're going to set our face with a little bit of powder. We have the Westman Atelier setting powder, which I know is wildly expensive and absolutely insane that I purchased it, but I love it. I also just broke it maybe a couple weeks ago, which is like real rude. So it's a little bit shattered. However, it still works really well. So I have the translucent shade here. It's cracked, so I'm gonna try and not show too much, but this is what it is. It's a little bit messed up. And I'm just gonna dip in with my brush here and set my T-zone area, and I'm also gonna set my under eyes. This setting powder is so good. I want you to really see the difference between what's going on in my under eye area, so you can kind of see we have some shine and all of that. And then we go over here. You still have like a little bit of shine here, and also this zit that's popping up out of nowhere. But you have like a little bit of sheen or whatever, but the under eye area is so much more flawless looking. It is incredible. I'm gonna let the powder kind of like settle in, marinate, do its thing, because you always got to give powder a little bit, because sometimes it'll look a little bit light or it'll look a little bit funky at first, and then once you kind of let it marinate and sit, that completely goes away. It just needs a minute, you know? Now we're gonna move on to mascara, and we're gonna go on with this one. So this is the Westman Atelier I Want You mascara. I also have their I Love You mascara, which is the one in the gold tube. That one is a nice mascara. You need to set your under eyes for sure with that one, because I do get running if I don't set my under eyes with that mascara, but overall I do enjoy it. Between the two, this one is incredible. I am obsessed with this mascara. It is so amazing. So I'm going to do 2 coats on the top and a light coat on the bottom. I don't want my bottom lashes to stand out too much, but just a little bit of something. So I'm just going to do 2 coats again on the top and 1 light coat on the bottom. Mascara is on. What do you guys think? I love this mascara. It is just amazing. My lashes are always so happy when they wear them, and I do have the lashes on this side are having a time right now. I don't know what's going on with them. They're a little bit more difficult than this side, and I still feel like everything looks really good. This side always is looking better right now, but this side still holding on strong. I feel like the lashes look great. I love the way it wears. It's really comfortable. It wears really nice throughout the day, even in the evening. I have nothing but good things to say. Now we're gonna move on to the lips, and we have 2 options. We have their lipstick, which is their matte lipstick they came out with, and I think this is in the shade Pipsqueak, or wait, no, that's the other one. This is in the shade Rue, and this is a really pretty shade. I'm gonna do a little swatch for you. It's a very pretty shade. It's a little bit more on the cool tone side, especially once I put it on my face. It's a very comfortable wear. I will say, I know that this is an expensive lipstick. You can definitely find this formula, in my opinion. Other places, it's a very comfortable wear formula. It's hefty, you know, nice packaging. I can totally see why someone would want this, but if this is something you're interested in, there are other nice kind of soft matte lip options, and I do feel like this kind of skews to kind of a soft matte that you can get for less money if you feel like this is too expensive, or you just don't want to spend $50 on a lipstick, which I totally get. There are other options out there. The Merit Beauty, their new matte lipstick is a nice option, and then this is the other lip product I have, which is their liquid lip balm, and this one is in the shade Pipsqueak. Wait, is it? Did I make that up? No, I didn't. That's the shade. So we have 2 here. Maybe I'll actually try on both for you, because I feel like that is good. So I have some lip balm on, so let me remove it. We'll do the lipstick first and then the liquid lip balm. So I'm gonna apply this. I'm gonna have a lip liner here. So I'm gonna use this lip liner here. This is from Jones Road Beauty. I've talked about this 1,000 times, in the shade Cognac. I also love the shade Rosewood. Okay, am I kidding? Without applying this, I cannot talk while I apply lip liner, clearly. And then I'm just gonna kind of blend it out so it's not quite as stark with my finger. And then we're gonna apply Rue, and I'm just gonna lightly apply it to my lips. And this is the shade Rue on, so it is pulling a little bit warmer in the monitor than it is pulling in person. In person, it's more neutral. That is pulling a little bit more on the red side. This is definitely cooler on me than it is pulling, but it is a nice, comfortable wear soft matte lipstick. Overall, I don't really have many complaints. The price is just really expensive, and I do think you can find other options out there, but it is very, very nice, and this would make a really nice gift for someone for the holidays. Anyways, I digress. Now we're going to remove this and move on to the liquid lip balm. Okay, liquid lip balm time. I'm going to go on actually with the same lip liner. And what I was saying when I was like drawing on my face instead of my lip is I really also like the shade Rosewood from Jones Road Beauty. The Rosebud, Wood, and Cognac are my favorite shades, and I have backups of both of these. Then I'm just going to do the same thing and blend kind of it out so it isn't quite as intense of a line. You can wear the liquid lip balm without a lip liner, obviously. I just felt like doing it because it was here and why not. So this is the shade Pipsqueak. I really like this. I love this on top of like my holiday red lips. I actually just did a video where I used this on top of a holiday red lip. It's the best. This is the liquid lip balm on. What do you think? Again, this is the shade Pipsqueak. It is pigmented, it is nice. It's definitely brighter in the monitor than it is in person. However, the pigmentation is there. It's not like so pigmented, but it gives you a nice little something. So if you are into a holiday red lip or just a red lip in general or a pop of color lip, because they have a bunch of different shades, this is a really nice one for that because it gives you enough without it being too much. And I mean, I really like it. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. And yeah, that is kind of my full face of Westman Atelier makeup. Now let's talk about like my most grabbed ones. These are definitely my most grabbed. The liquid illuminator drops. I have two shades, Peau de Pêche, Peau de Soleil. In summer and spring, I'm grabbing their complexion drops a ton. And then also their mascara. I talk about it a ton in my favorites videos. Their powder I keep in my purse, so it's always with me. And then I'm obsessed with their brow pencil. I talk about this all the time. It's incredible. I'm such a big fan. This I feel like is in literally every favorites video. This is incredible. If you want an alternative to this, I don't know if I've said this, the CL bronzer is a nice alternative. It is very similar in my opinion. So if you want an alternative to the Westman Atelier contour stick, then the CL, their kind of bronzer contour stick, is a really nice alternative, and the formula, they remind me really similarly of each other. I would also say their foundation stick is one that I grab a ton. And those are kind of my most grabbed products, which I feel like is like almost all of them, but those are my most grabbed and most loved Westman Atelier products. And majority of these, actually, if not all of these, have been mentioned in so many favorites videos this year. I really, really love Westman Atelier products. They feel like skincare. There's so many incredible products. I'm such a big fan. I mean, if you've watched this channel this year, you know, I mean, I talk about their products all the time, but they also have an incredible return policy. So that is also amazing. So if you get something and it's kind of like, meh, you can return it, and they have a great return policy, and I also love that about them. Yeah, that's it for this video. That is it for my full face of Westman Atelier makeup. I'd love to know down below, what is your favorite Westman Atelier product? Or if you've had your eye on something, what is that thing that you've kind of had your eye on? Let me know down below. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.